Right. Hello and welcome to what is technically the first Red Jacks on podcast of 2024.
Whoop,
Woo,
2024.
yeah, boy.
I am your host, Fraser, and with me is
Yeah, big boy Charlie.
Don't say big. Don't say like that. It doesn't sound right. But we'll go with it. Fuck it. And your boy Serhan. And I just want to put out there, boys. I can't think of any better way of starting the new year than without Rickesh. It feels right. It feels comfortable. I think we're all a bit more happier. We're a bit more positive. I think 2024 is going to be a really good year for us if we carry on with this formula. I'm just putting it out there.
Oh, wow. I do feel a bit more relaxed.
Right?
I don't. I know he's listening.
Oh.
It scares me.
Yeah, but by the time this comes, behind you, by the time this comes out, he won't know what to do yet. He's still writing his Metal Gear Solid thing right now.
He's going to be writing that for
spoilers.
years anyway. So 2024's out.
But yeah, we'll all be presenting a little bit about New Year's, whether it's tradition, quizzes, random stuff, all to do with New Year's, and we'll see how it goes. So, firstly, what do we have like any kind of traditions or anything that we follow for New Year's? Anything we regularly do, or anything exciting we have done?
Well, what we have done
It's always exciting.
has always been exciting. We've done a lot of stuff together. Shall I start us off with? Oh, sorry, Serhan. Go on. You go.
No. I'm going to segue kind of into probably what you're going to go on to is, at least for me, the only tradition that I would say is family Christmas and friends New Year. So New Year stories wise, yeah, we've probably got a lot of stories, and yeah, take it away, Chaz.
I'll take it. So basically, we were going to do this podcast, and I completely forgot to bring anything to the table. I just wrote this. It's a completely original song. You won't know the melody. So here it goes.
Not.
This is the earliest New Year's memory I have of all of us.
He just wrote this
in
by the
song
way.
form.
Just
In
now,
song form,
in the last,
and I'll sing it for you.
5 minutes, I watched him.
Oh.
A long, long time ago, in our good friend Danny's house, all the gang were pretty wrecked. We were all about 16. Illegal drinking wasn't obscene until Serhan threw up his spleen, and then he fell asleep. So we gave him cat food that we told him would help. Then he ate it and did hate it, and it made us all yelp. We laughed and laughed until his father arrived, saying this'll be the day that you die. This will be the day that you die.
You die. That was epic. If I'd known,
Thank you.
If I'd known the cat food bit was coming in, I'd been like in the barrel, like cat food.
Meow meow. That New Year's Eve was so fucking funny. There were so many things that happened.
Oh, it was mad.
There was.
Should we take turns? Because I know we all have like at least 5 or 6 memories from that.
Oh, Jesus.
You say that. You say that.
Did anything get broken?
Yes.
Yes.
Something upstairs got broken because my dad had to come around the next day and fix it.
That was Chris.
He wrote on the wall. He wrote on the wall.
Oh,
he wrote something on the wall.
No,
naughty boy.
Someone broke the sink. Yeah.
Someone broke the sink
or something.
Then there was, I think it was Chris in the bath with loads of bubbles. Not our Chris, a different Chris with loads of bubbles, right?
Oh my god, was that the same?
What?
Was that the same one? Because I think there are maybe 2 parties of Danny's. I can't remember if that was the same one.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just put them all in one. Danny's house.
Yeah, Danny's house hosted a lot of parties at his mum's house, and bless him, Danny had a good time, but always had to be really responsible. Someone broke the fan blade in the one that attaches to the light. Someone must have lifted their hands up. I was Akash, so and it smacked onto their hands.
Me and Akash were jumping, and he smacked his head on it. I don't know how Akash smacked his head on it, and I didn't. I'm a good foot taller.
Did he have a cap on as well, or not?
Yeah, 100. It was Akash, of course he did, and the cap probably didn't come off.
It didn't come off.
But we did both fall over. The moment he hit his head, he pulled me down to the ground, and we both slipped and laughed.
Jeez,
great memory.
Yeah. And I remember
I'm surprised you
feeling like
remember anything.
I remember seeing pictures and stories of the jacuzzi being full and people putting bubble bath in that and very liquid.
Yep. I think we've
And
done that a
think I
couple of
saw
times
that.
at Danny's.
there was like the game of like spin the bottle, getting drunk, jumping up and down on a trampoline, people kissing, people having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at you guys.
Hey, no,
Me and
I
Fraser got a
heard
story for
that
that.
shit. I heard that
Oh wait,
shit.
oh yeah.
Mate,
mean,
this is
we
I
better
love telling
clarify.
this
We
story.
better clarify this pretty quick.
Not together.
Me and
not
Fraser
together.
had sex,
No.
and it was great.
It's not what happened. That's dead.
Oh,
No, I whenever like a dirty story comes up, this is like the thing I always go to him. Yeah, I had sex in the same bed Fraser was in having sex.
But the thing is, I wasn't having sex. He just thought I was, and then just thought, oh well, I better start having sex.
Oh,
Yes,
well, I
with
think
our
that's weirder.
now exes, current
Yeah.
girlfriends at the time.
Charlie
Yeah.
sodomized the bed. Charlie basically had a
But I
foursome
didn't-
with
I
only
didn't
two
realise.
people participated.
Yeah, I thought you guys were going at it, but all right.
No, I was sleeping.
Aw.
How-
Wow, the audience learned that the same time I did. How upsetting.
I've told you,
That's
and
the
you
best.
didn't.
I've
You just
deleted
didn't
it.
believe me.
Delete. Nah, it was technically a foursome. I'm taking it to my grave.
Oh.
Oh,
We were
Somehow
back to
this is
back,
more-
Fraser. That's a
I
bond.
feel dirty now.
This is
That's-
more. This is
Uh,
more disturbing than me eating cat food, and which I'm gonna get into as well.
are
So-
you free for some therapy after this, Serhan?
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
need
need to give therapy and receive therapy after these memories.
it.
But so we all got drunk and we were jumping up and down on the trampoline. There was two trampolines. I remember those were small ones. Vid is telling me partly the story. This is one of the first, probably real times that I've really got drunk because I remember drinking like vodka and like I remember drinking Pims without mixers. I didn't know what alcohol really was. I was testing the boundaries and I was mixing like a crazy man. So I fell asleep on the trampoline on my back, and Vid apparently was like, "Look, turn him over. If he throws up, he's gonna puke. He's gonna choke. It's dangerous." So Vid's turned me over, and as he's turned me over, I've chugged. Everything's come out. So I've thrown up on Vid's
Exorcist
hand.
stuff.
Yeah, literally, man. I painted the walls in the garden. So Vid was like, "Fuck you." Purity of any person. Fuck you.
He's got a limit.
Drag me to the living room, sit me down, and I think between Vid, Danny, and Charlie, I don't know who else participated. Vid was like, "I'm gonna get the fuck up." Danny, what have you got in your fridge? And Danny was like, "I've got an open can of cat fucking food." So he brings the cat food over, and then you guys spoon feed it to me while Tyrell records this.
Charlie fed it to you.
Christ. All right, I don't
It was
remember
Charlie,
any-
okay? Charlie did.
And then-
I don't think it was me, actually. I think it was Videsh. I'm pretty
No,
sure it was
Videsh
Videsh
was
who
the
fed
one.
him.
Videsh
Oh, was
wanted
actually
his
Vid.
I
revenge.
think it was,
Videsh
yeah.
has
Videsh fed him.
It's like, this will make
And
you feel
then,
better, mate.
Yeah. When he
None
was
of it-
saying it had onions in it or something, it was like, no, mate, trust me, it'll make you feel better. And you were like, no. And he was like, no, trust me, eat it, mate, it'll make you feel better. It's something in onions. He kept saying, I was like, stop saying onions. That does not sound good for someone who feels sick.
So you were trying to help convince me, basically. Thank you. But yeah, I remember watching the video of, "Don't worry, mate, it's gonna make you feel good." And I was like, "No." And he's like, "No, trust me, mate, trust me." And I was like, "Well, you're my best friends. I trust you like a brother. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Choo choo."
That's what brothers do, okay?
That's what brothers- So I
Oh.
ingested maybe 2 spoonfuls of this, and then this is what I was telling Chaz before you joined the room. Phrase. I made the mistake of either my dad calling me or me calling my dad. I'm pretty sure my dad called me, and I
Oh.
said 2 words to him, which triggered
drunk.
the event. No, worse. I just went, "Dad, help!" And apparently now I'm hearing the story from my mum and my sister. My dad barreled down the stairs, put his clothes on, was like, "We're going to this boy's house," as in Danny.
Mhm.
It's the first time our son is out. He needs help. So my dad's jumped in the car. My sister's jumped in her car. They've both driven like backup. Like, we need to help this guy. Like,
2 cars.
two
It's like the
cars,
president.
God.
right? And then they show up. Now you guys can tell this story, this part of it, because I don't remember it. 1 and 2. This is the first time you really met my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, he was scary. I mean, obviously we know your dad now. Mehmet is such a like placid, calm, gentle man. But when we first met him, mate, I thought he was gonna knock some fuckers out. He stormed, mate. He stormed up to the door. He come and got you. But the moment he got you like over his shoulder, he was calm and he was like, "Is everyone else okay?" You know, it was just so nice. It's like, oh, that's not what I expected Serhan's dad to be like.
He
That was
flipped
so
that
mad.
switch.
Yeah, it was so weird, but it was great. Showed how, mate. It shows how much your family like care. If I messaged my dad and said help, he'd call a few times, then he'd be like, "Well, you know,
Must be asleep.
must be asleep, probably on the toilet."
I mean, I would have been fine. I trusted you guys. You know, you would have put me in the recovery position just with cat food. But what got me was, like, it was a weird combination of that experience, because that was the first time I really got drunk. I went home, I threw up, I cried my eyes out. Like, I'm that sort of drunk. I will cry my eyes out till kingdoms I come. And then I fell asleep. But my parents, my family didn't really judge. They judged me the second time, which was someone else's party. But the first time, they were like, look, you're young. We all have a story where we're drunk. And everyone started to share stories. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm nervous. But the cat food fiasco followed me around 4 years.
No way.
Even with, come on, guys, you guys told, I think it was Mr. What's his name? Mr. Richards, the MGT teacher. It was Mr. Barry and someone else. Mr.
Reeves?
What was the little guy called?
Reeves.
Mr. Reeves.
Mr. Reeves.
And, bro, I'm at parents' evening. Chaz, do you remember the parents' evening when my mum went with me and you?
Yeah, yeah.
She shepherded both of us. And it was just sitting there. And Mr. Reeves would be like, meow. And I'm like, fuck's sake. Like, you guys just hounded me with this shit. At 18, I remember going to visit Videsh at a supermarket where he used to work and be like, yeah, man, this is so no, this is the cat food aisle.
That's great. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's
Let
good.
It's being part of it. It's being
Builds
part
character.
Of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, we don't mention it too much now, but it's one of those OG long-term jokes that to this day we still we can still kind of push a button in this funny.
Yeah. And it's funny,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not even that funny. Like, someone feeding someone cat food at a party is such like, but when you're there and it happens, it's just so fucking iconic. It just sticks with you.
17, man. At 17, everything, all that shit is funny. I remember one party spraying deodorant onto my face till I almost passed out. Don't ask me why I did it, but it was like, I dare you. I was like, all right.
Oh, for fuck's
I just
sake.
kept spraying, and I got so lightheaded. That was
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll do it.
That's probably done long-term damage. You should get checked out, mate.
One half of my face was swollen. So yeah, this is an amalgamation of different parties at Danny.
Yeah, the good old days when you could have parties and shit. How about in recent years, you guys picked up anything, or you just see how it goes?
Well, damn, can't skip damn.
Of course.
We were all in Amsterdam for New Year's Eve.
You mentioned. Oh no, that was a different year. So yeah, Amsterdam was traumatic.
Yeah. I mean,
I still think there was good energy though.
Great energy, terrifying energy. I think none of us were really expecting it to be as like post-apocalyptic as it became, but like there were just kids dropping these like dynamites. That's the only word I'm going to use, because they went bang, man. I'm pretty sure people died that night. There was. 100%. Do you remember the guy with the firework that like we saw him from like across the square? Yeah, and it like literally just just fly into
the square. Oh, what flew into him?
He was like, yeah, he was like quite far away from us.
So,
but like there was loads going on over there. But,
I just remember the ones that were going off like just a couple of meters above our head.
Yeah, they were the ones keeping us on our toes. They made us all like form together into like survival mode.
I'm going to tell this part of the story first, because I know you guys are going to take the piss, and I want everyone to know the reality of what I went through. So we went to the.
Oh no, I think we should say what's funny, and then you should try and defend it.
Fine.
Imagine, put yourselves here, audience. This is New Year's Eve. It's freaking cold. It's really, really cold. You're in the Netherlands. Like it's not like the hottest place on earth. It's in Europe. You're nice and cold. You're all like huddling together. There is bangs going off everywhere. They have no clock anywhere to tell the time. So you're constantly looking at your phone like, okay, I don't know when it's going to happen. Serhan disappears. He's gone. We don't know where he's gone. We're like, he's just not going to make it back for New Year. Fuck this. Like he's literally come all the way out to Amsterdam. He's going to miss the countdown. then I don't know, like a hero / buffoon from across the way. Serhan with 7 fucking ice creams in his hand, is walking through a crowd, coming back to us.
And I didn't drop them.
You didn't drop them, no. We all got an ice
drop
cream
a single one
in the freezing cold.
Listen, we got to the square, right? Now, leading up to this, this was a last minute booking. We were like, right, let's go to Amsterdam for New Year's. I've never been abroad for New Year's. It was 5 of us, right? So it was me, so as in me, Charlie, Fraser, Rikesh, Andrea. Was that it? It was just 5 of us, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Even booking the Airbnb last minute, we barely got a space. Like, I slept on the edge of a sofa. Charlie slept on half of a sofa. Rikesh slept on a drawer. We gave Andrea the bed, even though there was meant to be 2 beds, but there was only one. And then Fraser, bless you, slept sitting down for 2 days. Like, you just sat down.
That's a fairly comfy chair, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't realise Rikesh slept on a drawer. It was part of the sofa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was we fucked up. So what we were supposed to do is you pull out the drawer and then you put the cushions in the drawer so it becomes a slightly like cushioned surface. No, he just slept in it.
No,
we only figured it out after.
I think the drawer just held the cushions for the bed.
I think so.
And that was it. And so he ended up putting the cushions back in the drawer and sleeping in there.
Okay, so either way, yeah.
It was a drawer.
All of that was a rush, right? And all of this was last minute and trying to convince people. So we finally get there, and I don't know what it was. So I don't know why I didn't process it. So we get there, and I remember walking to the first coffee shop and kind of going, it's so packed. It's so busy. And I was like, oh my God, why am I being a fucking idiot? Why didn't I think of this? It's New Year's everywhere. Everywhere is going to be as busy. I wouldn't go to central London and go, why is it busy? Because tourists are coming from everywhere. So we worked hard, right? So New Year's Day comes, these people are dropping off fireworks and there's little poppers, really loud poppers all over the joint. That's their celebration. The kids are like, yeah, we're walking around fucking like jumping all over the place. Because in New Year's in London, at least, it's either a very controlled space or it's a big show.
I think the thing is, as well, it was just, we was in like a high terrorist alert time.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2017 or something. Was it? I can't remember.
No, dude, it was terrifying no matter what year you put it in. We was in culture shock, right?
Bro, I have a phobia of balloons. I don't like fireworks to begin with. But imagine you're just walking down the street, high as a kite. We're in Amsterdam, it's legal. High as a kite, and every now and then, bang, bang, just fucking.
Or being inside a shop and hearing it outside the shop.
Yeah, like I thought, oh my God, there's guns.
It's not just
somebody
hearing,
shooting.
It's just hearing. I'm like, these people are celebrating this vibe. I'm not used to it. Especially Amsterdam, it's narrow, tall buildings. When you put all these buildings down a street, it's just basically a corridor that echo, right?
Yeah.
We come New Year's Eve night to the main square. We're like, okay, there's going to be something, a congregation, and we've got this fairly empty. I'm like, guys, I'm pissing. I'm dying to go toilet. I'm dying to go toilet. All right, listen, just go now and come back quick because you're going to miss. All right, cool. So I'm walking down the street. Everywhere's either packed or closed because it's New Year's Eve now. Let's say it's 10 o'clock, 10:30. People are peeing down alleyways. I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to go down the alleyway. If I can avoid it, it's packed. I see this one little coffee shop open. Excuse me. So I walk in, I'm like, please, can I use your bathroom? It's like, I'm just about to close, but absolutely. Thank God, he let me pee. And I walked down, I felt so bad. The man's kept the shop open. I was like, can I buy some coffee? Then for us. It's a cold night, as Charlie said. It was like, I've closed the coffee machine. I said, is there anything I can buy off of you to thank you? It was like, I've got ice cream. I was like, yeah, why not? Ice cream makes sense. I carried these right between gloved fingers. I carried one between each finger. 7 ice creams I balanced, or 5, whatever. 3 on one hand, 2 on the other. Now I've walked out, and I remember walking out of the street, the side street, go looking at the square, and it is
rammed.
Packed. Yeah, rammed. Within like 10, 15 minutes, I can't see where we were. There's no signposting. There's no like a statue or something. I'm like, oh my God. How? So I have held these ice creams, crouched and ducked down. And I'm like, sorry, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry. And I'm just bobbing and weaving. I'm serpentine around these people, right? And they're looking at me like,
bro, you should have just sold them ice cream.
No, I was going to get there,
ice cream?
God damn it.
I love that you just committed to it and just walked around.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this right. But do you know what? To this day, I still have that. You know that image of, we've all had it when you're lost and then you finally see something you recognize.
Was it the back of Rikesh's head?
Oh, like a moon coming up over the crescent. A wild Rikesh appears.
Basically, I see Charlie's head like a shining beacon of light.
Oh,
That was my head. Oh no.
It was your head. I was like,
I just took
yes!
the piss.
I came up to you guys feeling like a hero. I've navigated. I found. I worked hard. I paid. I turn around and all of you were like, "What the fuck are you doing with ice cream?" I was so hurt in that moment. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" You're like, "It's cold. Why are you?" I was like, "Just say thank you."
Yeah, you were angry at us, which made it funny.
I was bare pissed.
What?
Right?
What happened in your journey?
oh my God.
We finally get there, and then that was it. Doesn't matter about the joke, mate. People were dropping shit in front of us. There was like it was like a Michael Bay movie when it was just all fog, sounds of explosions. No one's counting down from 10. So everything's all of a sudden it's just bah, 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 and echoes, people screaming. That some guy climbed on a statue and had the red flare, and I'm like, is a helicopter about to come? We all just congregated together. The five of us, just like a fucking flower, with Andrew in the middle and petals. We just screamed it together. We're like, we're either going to get kidnapped or we're going to get done.
It was like revolution or something was going on.
Yeah.
La revolution. I was like, we're going, gone. Enjoy the ice cream as your last meal.
Had fun though. I had a good night.
I think what the funniest part about it is that I thought you bought the ice cream because you had to buy something to use the toilet. And then when you told us that you literally offered, and he was like, well, I've got ice cream, thinking this fucking guy ain't gonna buy ice cream, surely. I bet he didn't even want to charge you anything, mate. You were just probably high and like, no, I've got to pay you, mate. I can't. You just take the piss and go. Fucking ice creams. What a donut. It was funny though. It made a great memory.
Was I love Damn. I love any country, that you can have a good time in. And I love being with you guys anywhere, but I ain't going anywhere else for New Year's ever again.
What, on holiday? Yeah, I get that. I get
That's
that.
fair.
It's nice to just stay local and just do something nice now. We're at that age.
Yeah.
A nice cup of tea, and a chat. Lovely. clink cups at midnight.
I know we've kind of touched on the stories. I know we've got more. I can think of more. I know Fraser's got a report, but why don't we just kind of break up the rhythm and I've got a little quiz.
Go for it.
I love a quiz. I've won every quiz we've ever had.
I don't think this is a win-win situation. I think this is more about ourselves.
Is that true?
That's not true, is it? No, that's not true.
It might be.
Oh.
Listeners, listen back to all our episodes and find out for us. Thanks.
No, all the ones that were like character-based ones, I definitely lost. Got fucking, what's his name in Naruto? Sai. Sai.
That was wrong. That was broken.
Yeah, mate.
So, I'll start off with... I've got two quizzes, but I'm going to start off with the better one, just in case we don't get to the second one. I'm going to ask you some questions, and we'll get to the results after.
Okay.
How are we answering?
Everyone gets one. Everyone gets a go. This isn't a quiz of how we know things. This is a bit of a BuzzFeed moment. So we're going to get results.
Okay.
So which job would you most like to have? Dog walker, doctor, talk show host, small business owner, computer programmer, or city planner?
Ooh. City planner, is that less like... Is that like just the design of the city? Like,
It seems like an element of not necessarily an architect of a building, but the architect of a city and its layout and how it's run, like a mayor. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I love Fraser's going big or go home. Chaz?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that big. That would be too stressful for me. I'd go for a small business. I'd love a little small business.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm feeling that as well. At least then you can choose whatever business you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to go different then. I'll go computer programmer. Yeah, city planner looks too stressful. Like, I'd like the initial designing of the roads and where all the buildings are and the schools and houses are. But then after that, you've got to stay on the way it develops, and people are just going to have complaints and shit. Just can't be dealing with that.
Of course. So next question. Pick something to do in your spare time. dance, box, bake, play video games, read, or take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Or pandering.
Tell me about it. So this doesn't necessarily say what you do in your spare time. This isn't saying what you enjoy the most or what you
Just
like
pick
to do.
something.
It's just saying just pick something, anything. Out of these options, obviously.
You know, lately I've been reading a lot, so I'm going to say read. I've been enjoying reading.
How's this going for reading?
I'm gonna pick box, as in boxing, right?
Yeah. Not just
Yeah.
not just in
No,
a
so
cardboard box.
put myself in a box. Don't see it.
Oh,
You
if
know what,
that's an option, I
gonna-
want to do that.
Hey, you can do 1,000 things, million things in a cardboard box. Just to be different, I'm gonna say dance because I like a bit of music. I like a dance.
Serhan at home on his day off, like cutting shapes in the living room.
Mate, I do it at the gym. Sometimes a banger comes on and I'm like, I can't kind of hold back. I'm like,
Just dancing, flexing at the same time in the mirror, wearing
There's
spandex.
a guy waiting for the weight she'll use it like, come on, mate.
Come on. Right. What is your favorite animal? Cat, koala, bird, fish, elephant, or giraffe? No, there is no dog. I don't know why.
Random.
So I guess it would be more better to say out of these, which is your favorite animal?
I'll go koala.
Koala's sick, yeah, but I've never met one.
Better dicks
they're
in
nice
real
guys.
life.
Yeah, I've heard they are vicious. Like they can be really vicious. I'll go cat. I know it's basic, but I don't want Loki, if he's listening, he might get upset.
He's just behind the door like you. I'm gonna go for elephant.
Basic bitch. You're a little bitch, aren't you?
You're a little bitch, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. Little bitch boy. Little bitch.
What a little bitch.
I feel like every cat's inner monologue is like Stewie-esque.
Yeah.
Okay. Wrong question because I'm hungry, but we're going to do it anyway. Pick something for dinner. Pizza, fondue, sushi, curry, tacos, or pancakes.
They were good options. Fondue for dinner's a bit daft. Wouldn't have it for dinner, would you? It's like a thing you just dip into.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had like chopped up meat, potatoes, and veg, and dipping into melted cheese, like if you could do it, yeah.
You sold that on a different level. That's not fair now. I can't say any other option. Pizza's on there, and that made me like draw. Now I'll go pizza.
All right, so Charlie is going to go pizza. That's fair. It looks like a good picture. Good picture of a pizza anyway. Frazzle?
I'm going to go pizza as well. I want a pizza.
I want
Me too.
to go for. I'm going to go for taco. So the taco is basically the Hispanic sandwich, and you can put anything in a sandwich, and that sounds beautiful. And now to pair it, what are you going to have to drink? Wine, cocktail, coffee, beer, hot chocolate, or water?
No, like
you don't have
fizzy drink.
You don't have to finish.
How weird.
No.
Yeah, okay. So loads of things you just wouldn't have with dinner.
I was going to say, it says pick your dinner and it says and a drink. So the way they've asked it's like you're going to pair it, but you don't have to.
Out of those options, coffee.
I'll go for a hot chocolate. I feel like it's hot chocolate season.
Kaz has gone for cafe. Fraser has gone for hot chocolate. I have recently just got into wine.
No,
I'm going to go for wine. A little glass.
Have you sniffed one?
No, I haven't hit that. I haven't hit that level. I'm getting hints of a fruit, a cocktail, cat fruit.
Yeah, so
yes, this is the one for me.
I wanted to do an impression, and I thought I have no words. I have no idea what they say.
There's a whole technique, like there's a whole culture around it. I'll send you a funny video after this.
Well, see, the thing is, Tanya used to work in like a wine selling shop, so it was her job to understand what was what paired with what. So I'll be like, I want a glass of red. She'll be like, yeah, but what way? And I'm like, what do you mean? She'll be like, yeah, but what type? And I'm like, I don't understand the question. Like,
You know what's
what are
funny?
you pairing with? I was like,
it's all subjective.
like, evening?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
You could
I
just
don't
say
know.
a
She's
bunch
like,
of
"Do you
words
want it
and it
dry?"
could
I'm
make
like,
sense.
how would I want wine dry? Then is it evaporating? What does that mean?
Yeah. There was a Do Go On podcast about wine, and I think at one point wine was in the world. There was like
Yes.
75% of the world's bottled wine was fake
It
because
was
this
from one
one fucking guy.
Yeah, one guy own
Yeah.
that business, man.
Yeah,
But
mad.
what type of music do you like? I hate this question because I never list everything. But anyway,
Mm.
I have this list. What type of music do you like the best? Pop, rap, jazz, rock, classical, or reggae?
Give me some reggae.
Frazzle is going for reggae. A bit on the nose, but it's okay.
I don't ever like saying I like one genre, but I definitely listen to rock more than anything else. So
Charlie's going for rock. I'm gonna go for pop, only because like I got my Spotify yearly summary, and a lot of the artists I listen to
oh yeah.
under pop.
It was
but I'm
revealing,
like,
was it?
Mm.
yeah, but I don't see. It's not when you think of pop music, you think of overly like commercialized music.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, there's a lot of
You've just made me think about my Spotify, and rock was
Yeah.
quite low down the list. It was pop that was top. But yeah,
Yeah,
pop
but
sounds
even
shit,
like-
doesn't it?
but even like 21 Pilots comes under rock and pop.
And
Like,
pop,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a really weird one.
But
My,
listening to
my-
Taylor Swift is gonna turn it that way, sir. So
On repeat every day.
Every day.
Listen,
It's gonna
if
happen.
if you are not a Swiftie, then you can see yourself out. All right, boy.
Get Swifty.
But my artist of the year was Gambino, which I'm happy.
Nice. He's always in my top like 5 to 10. Like
Yeah.
a few years he's been top 5, but he's always on the playlist.
Yeah, 100%. Pick a TV show to watch: Grey's Anatomy, Bridgerton, The Office, Mad Men, Law and Order, or Stranger Things.
Oh, Stranger Things caught me off guard.
Yeah, I knew that was going to catch you.
Mm.
I think it's gonna be Stranger Things.
Yeah, probably.
So, Fraser, you're going for Stranger Things as well.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one that piqued my interest? Sorry, say him again. The first 3, I think it was one of the first 3.
Grey's Anatomy, Bridgerton, Office, Mad
Oh,
Men.
The
Law-
Office.
The
That was
Office
it.
in there as well.
The American Office. I could rewatch a lot more. That's a tough question. Nah. The Office. I've done it. It's The Office.
In all fairness, it's not saying which one's the best or your favorite. It's just saying.
I know. Yeah, but
I'm gonna pick The Office as well. No, because
you
it's
don't like
easier
Stranger
to
Things?
watch.
Why don't you like Stranger Things?
There's the man who also picked The Office.
Deflect.
And finally, pick a movie: Knives Out, Barbie, Wonder Woman, Love Actually, Dazed and Confused, or Mean Girls.
Oh, Mean Girls. Yes, that one
All
took it
films
home.
I don't all films I don't think I've watched.
You've never
Harley
seen
is
Mean
saying
Girls, Fraser. It's
No.
so good. Bro, I'm telling you, it's like, it's beyond a Disney. It's a classic. It's good. It's sick. Some of the burns. Oh, it's so good. Serhan, you've seen Mean Girls, right?
I've seen Mean Girls, but
Okay.
I'm not picking it. I prefer.
Oh.
I prefer Love Actually. I love Love Actually.
It is a good one. Yeah.
Favorite Christmas film.
Mm.
Thank you very much.
It's
Mm.
love, actually.
It's Love Actually. And Frazzle. Pick one that you might pick.
What were they again?
Knives Out,
Out there. Yeah, go on.
Barbie, Wonder Woman, Love
No.
Actually, Dazed and Confused, or Mean Girls.
Dazed and confused because I am.
You okay? Yeah,
Knives
all
Out
right.
is meant to be good. I haven't seen it,
Yeah,
but it's meant
but-
to be good.
Knives Out is good. Knives Out is good. I think it's a little bit more clever than what it thinks it is, but it's a very fun ride, and you just kind of go along with it.
Well, it thinks it's more clever than it is, or it's more clever than it thinks it is.
No, I don't think the film is as clever as it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you said it
that-
the other way around. It was.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, so they like take the piss out of it, even though it's really smart. That's a weird choice.
No. I think that's the smart moments, but the performances is where it's key. I've not watched number 2, but number 1 was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So Fraser, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Okay. So here are the results. This was a short BuzzFeed quiz that, through these random questions, is going to tell you what your New Year's resolution should be.
Oh,
Fuck you, BuzzFeed.
I was going to be to watch Mean Girls.
That would actually be such a good. I would love BuzzFeed if that was yours. You need to go home and watch. You need to go home and watch Mean Girls. Like that's a joke.
So Fraser, I don't agree with this. I mean, it's a BuzzFeed quiz. Fuck it. For you, apparently, you need to get more exercise, bro, because you're already ripped and healthy enough.
That's weird.
And
I picked boxing as well.
No, you absolutely do not have to become a gym rat. Just try moving your body a little more in the new year. Might I suggest starting with some hot... What the fuck is that? With some hot girl walks. What is a hot girl walk?
I'm guessing this is for girls.
Yeah. I guess I have to walk with my hips.
And wearing what's it? Them sexy yoga pants.
Yoga pants. Yeah, okay. I'll give it a go.
I'm down for that.
You're gonna find Charlie in your bed, right? Yeah.
I'll be following in my yoga pants.
So, hey, big boy. Right. So, Charlie, you're always looking for new ways to occupy your time. So why not take up a new hobby? You can find something to do in the comfort of your own home or join a group to connect with others. Either way, you'll be so happy to have something to do. So your New Year's resolution is to try a new hobby.
You don't do enough, Charlie. Do more.
That was literally BuzzFeed's way of going, yeah, you basically got the most basic answers. You need to get a fucking life, bro. Go touch grass, make friends. Yeah, fair play, BuzzFeed. Yeah, you're right.
I think mine's a little bit closer to home. Even though I don't feel like it's completely true, but it's still closer than what you guys had. Mine is to procrastinate less. So I often say, you often say you work best under pressure, but I'm telling you that this should be the year you try to stop procrastinating. You'll feel so much better when you give yourself more time to be successful. It's certainly not an easy task, but I believe in you.
You sure it says procrastinate?
I usually procrastinate.
Get out of the shower, Serhan.
No. I like a long, hot shower. I want to think about Fraser doing a hot girl walk.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
He's with us in spirit.
We're gonna be in the same room together as I stop procrastinating in the shower. Fraser's exercising and Charlie's just trying to learn a new instrument, all in the same time.
No, I'm just going to commit to following Fraser around. I think that was a better option. Maybe I'll make a friend.
No, that's the new hobby.
Ah, yeah. Too bad.
See? Full circle. So that was a really weird and probably pointless,
very
fun BuzzFeed New Year's quiz.
Cool. Well,
that was it. That was quick.
Now we'll move on to a more educational segment. Where I've got some facts, some New Year's related facts. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys about Y2K, also known as the Millennium Bug or the Year 2000 problem. You know, that apocalyptic event that obviously
is that what Y2K is?
Yeah.
I thought Y2K was a celebration.
No.
Well, it just means year 2000.
Yeah.
I had
K
no
means
idea.
1000.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds like a festival.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things.
Yeah, I got fucked up at Y2K,
true, yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's what I saw it as.
Yeah.
It's true. No, it was one of those things like coming up to Millennium, there was a bit of anxiety, and then when nothing happened, it kind of just went away. And anybody who kind of felt like it was like the end of the world, they kind of felt silly and get quiet.
I don't remember
But
the
it
big
was this big
hysteria.
thing.
Was it in the UK?
Partially, but I think like if you're going to compare like the UK to the US just kind of blow things out of proportion, whereas like the UK is a bit more on the down low.
Okay.
So I don't think there was all that much reaction. It wouldn't have been in the news or anything, I don't think.
I don't feel like it blew up here, maybe because I wasn't watching the news, but I remember being scared.
Mm.
I honestly remember being no, I remember being in class. People kept talking about that. It's the end of the world. It's the Mayan calendar, blah blah. And I remember going to bed. And keep in mind, 2000, I was only like 8, hitting 9. And I was like, Mom,
Conspiracy shit.
are we
Yeah.
gonna die? Like, is something gonna happen? I was like, no, like, don't worry. And I remember genuinely being scared
Mm.
from 99 and to hit 2000 and having that
Wow.
conversation. Yeah,
Shit. No, I was
I
oblivious.
I was part of it. I didn't even know it.
Well,
Mad.
tell you what it was all about. So it was all based on the assumption that computer errors would occur due to formatting and storage of calendar data for the dates in and after the year 2000. So basically, most computer systems only change the last 2 digits of the year. So it'd have the 19, and it was obviously counting up 98, 99. And then when it was going to get to 2000 or 00, they thought it would go back to like 1900, and it would cause like loads of systems to fail.
Stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Why? What?
Why they thought it would fail?
Like, yeah, why? Why would it fail? Why would it not be able to compute the last 2 digits rolling over at the same time when all the other digits would roll over, like, every 10 years together? You know what I
But
mean?
it
Like
was
two to
yeah.
two would
Well, it
change
was
every.
only in like 1975 when like computers come around, and basically it's because memory was expensive. So like it was like $10 to $100 per kilobyte, if
Right.
you can imagine that.
So
And
did they just think it was going to set off all the nukes and shit?
I think they just thought that computers would crash, like literally crash, shut down, or just not do the things they're supposed to. So it would affect things like public transport or hospitals, phone lines, utilities like the power board, stuff like that, nuclear power plants. They thought it would
Wow.
all shut off and nothing would work anymore.
The 90s was the dark times, man. It was the dark ages. We had no idea about technology. I'm glad I don't remember that. That's embarrassing.
There was a lot put in place. You're gonna, well, this is a bit eye-opening, like some of the research that I did. Um, so it was something that needed addressing, but it just wasn't the impact of it wasn't going to be as crazy as people thought. So the first person to publicly address it was called Bob Bimmer, who noticed it in 1958 actually, and spent 20 years trying to raise awareness with other programmers, IBM, and the United States government. But nobody was listening to him.
His name was Bob Bimmer. Who the
Bob
fuck gonna
Bimmer.
listen to Bob Bimmer? Bob
Yeah.
Bimmer, Bob Bimmer.
Let me see what he looks
Stupidest
like.
thing.
Bob
Sorry,
Bimmer.
Bob Bimmer, if you're still alive and listening, a fan of this podcast. It's actually kind of a cool name.
It's actually the
Robert
coolest
Benner.
name I ever heard. Oh, no, he does.
Never mind. It's a stupid name.
Just looks like any
Bob.
guy.
Oh, Bob Bemer.
Yeah.
Bob Bemer. It looks like his name should just be called Bob
Bummer.
But yeah, he didn't get noticed at all, to be fair. It was the brokerage industry that first began to address the issue in the 1980s. And this is mostly because of bonds and maturity dates. So to do with money, basically.
Right.
And they reportedly spent over 20 million like addressing it by like hiring programmers and trying to update software and things like that.
Damn.
So
they
this
wanted to
actually
get ahead.
was a fucking issue that was
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't like a crazy world-ending issue, but it was a computer issue.
It happened though, like to certain systems, I'm guessing and shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'll get to
why?
it.
Like, is that because of like a ones and zeros thing?
Yeah, literally.
That's mad. Okay, wow.
So
I thought
yeah,
that was just
obviously,
stupid.
Obviously, the public became aware of this, and few believed this would lead to a computer-induced apocalypse, with the damage caused believed to cost between 400 million and 600 billion dollars to fix. So I don't know
How much
where
would
they
you
got
bill?
this number from. But yeah, they thought that if everything went down, it would cost a unpayable amount to fix it. So there would be no coming back. So some stocked up on food, water, firearms, and backup generators, and withdrew cash as well in the preparation.
Wow. This is an absolutely unheard of thing. I've never heard about any of this.
Mm,
When you said Y2K, mate, I genuinely thought you just meant the turn of the millennium, like, the big one that we've been through. I had no,
no,
I am
it's an event.
oblivious. I was just some innocent child. I've never heard about any of this. I hope I'm not alone. I hope there's people in the audience who are going, yeah, me too.
Like it was literally like one of those things that's been mentioned here or there, like in different media and stuff. But obviously we don't learn about it, or it's not something that's referred back to. It's just one of those things that came and went.
It sounds like it.
Nobody
I
wants
mean,
to.
I had a fear of the whole Mayan calendar bullshit. I didn't know about
Mm,
the ones and zeros resetting. I mean, I guess it stands to reason that this is in terms of the operating system, memory, storage, how things
mhm,
run. If it really established in the 70s, then it became a bit more public, a bit more common knowledge in the 90s,
mhm.
and then 2000 something's going to change. I understand. I would imagine that there would be an element of caution or curiosity of what's going to happen, but I didn't know it was, as Charlie was saying, and even as you're explaining that, it was all about this. Like, there was so
Mhm.
much precaution and fear and thought about it. I didn't know any of this
Yeah.
stuff happened.
So, as you know, in actuality, very few errors occurred. Some believe this was due to preemptive efforts by programmers and IT specialists to update the associated systems within major companies and organizations. US President Bill Clinton had organized efforts to minimize the damage and labeled Y2K as the first challenge of the 21st century. However, critics argue even in countries where little had been done and in sectors such as schools and small businesses, problems were minimal.
Okay, well,
Like,
good.
it
So
was more of
the
the lead up that would fuck people up.
Hmm.
hysteria, I'm guessing it became like public knowledge, but then because there's like that gap between, I'm guessing these were like higher educated people,
Mm.
like Bob Burma or whoever else was involved in, like, saying in the 50s this is going to be an issue in Y2K. I'm guessing they were like scholars, and then the hysteria over the years got passed down to the people like me who would be like, oh my god, no, we're all going to die. If I was old enough. I was only a
I
child back then.
reckon. Yeah, and I
But
reckon it wasn't like properly like publicly addressed. And I reckon even if it was, it still would have got the same reaction really. Like people either saying, "Oh, well, it's all going to be in hand, it's not going to be a big deal," or other people going, "Well, look, you're not going to be able to withdraw money from the bank, and you're not going to be able to call anyone, or you're not going to be able to take a plane or get on
yeah.
the bus, and the world's going to end."
Yeah, because then you just go down that rabbit hole, and it like,
Yeah,
what if planes all shut off? Like they'll just be falling out the sky. You just go down
yeah,
that fucking road. And
exactly.
that's not how it works.
It's
It
not
doesn't
at
lose
all.
power.
There was
Okay.
work done in preparation, and the total cost was said to have surpassed $300 billion, which would be 510 billion as of January 2018, once inflation is taken into account. And the IDC calculated the US spent roughly 134 billion preparing for Y2K and another 13 billion fixing problems from 2000 to 2001. Um, but yeah, big sums still spent to try and avert. There was a film called Y2K that came out in 1999.
Yeah, because
So
it's something I
preemptively,
hear.
Yeah.
what was it about? I'm guessing everything. Yeah, like was it
Yeah,
Mayan
that
calendar
typical
stuff or
like
was it tech stuff?
there was that film was it called 2021 or something?
2012.
2012. 2012,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Like
guess
2012 was
it's
another
on
one.
it's on that level, but obviously about computer crashes. So it follows Nick Cromwell, an MIT-trained Y2K troubleshooter, as he battles the effects of Y2K, including assisting a plane landing, averting a meltdown at a nuclear plant.
What did I say about planes falling? They
Mhm.
instantly. This was Hollywood's way to lay into the hysteria and make money out of it.
For sure.
It's fucking despicable, wasn't it? Mad.
Other disasters that happen are a Navy plane crashing, a patient dying in surgery, and doors unlocking in a Texas prison.
Oh my god, my scalpel stopped working! Ah! Y2K!
Y2K.
Y2K!
Is that why is the Y2K? Why?
Y2K?
So in terms of things that actually happened, I picked out a few standout ones
Nice.
just to show you the level of the effect. So before the year 2000, in late 1998, the Commonwealth Edison reported a computer upgrade intended to prevent Y2K glitch caused them to send the village of Oswego, Illinois, an erroneous electric bill for $7 million.
What?
So they tried to upgrade their computer. Commonwealth
Yeah.
Edison, I'm assuming that's a bank of some kind or something like that. And it caused them to send an erroneous electric bill. Probably because it got the date wrong and added up a bunch of backdated bills
Like,
or something like that. Yeah, there's a
oh
couple of
shit.
instances of that kind of thing.
Oh, that's
Um,
mad.
On the 8th of February 1999, while testing Y2K compliance in a computer system monitoring nuclear core rods at Peach Bottom Nuclear Generating Station, instead of resetting the time on the external computer meant to simulate the date rollover, a technician accidentally changed the time on the operating system's computer. The computer hadn't been upgraded, and the date change caused all the computers at the station to crash. It took approximately 7 hours to restore all functions, during which time workers had to use obsolete manual equipment to monitor plant operations.
Oh.
So that's basically somebody fucked up.
Yeah.
I bet that cost money.
Yeah.
In November 1999, approximately 500 residents in Philadelphia received jury duty summons for dates in 1900. On the 31st of December, as a direct result of the patch intended to prevent Y2K, computers at ground station control in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, crashed and ceased processing information from 5 spy satellites. The military implemented a contingency plan within 3 hours by diverting their feeds and manually decoding the scrambled information. All normal functionality was restored on the 2nd of January 2000. So they lost control of their spy satellites as not even on New Year, is that like 7 in the evening.
Wow. You'd have thought they would have been at the forefront of updating their software, but then maybe their software was so complex that I don't know, chat shit. How does it happen?
They fucked up.
Maybe they just missed the notification. You know, when it's like, update your system now.
Remind me later. Remind me later.
It was probably like
it was the paperclip running the show.
Oh yeah, back then, Mr. Paperclip.
Yeah. You want to update some stuff?
Paperclip like Hell Hydra.
As soon as the 2000 rolled over, it's like, oh, nukes.
I bet it was actually something like a time zone thing, because I bet on the 31st of December at 7 in the evening, it was probably like midnight in January 1st somewhere. And it like crashed it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even if things were to fuck up on the clock turning over to 2000, the year 2000, like you said, from one end of the world to the other is happening like gradually, depending on the regions of the world that you're in. So it's like, if things are fucked up in Australia, well, Are they ahead or behind? I always forget.
They are
They're
ahead.
ahead. They're ahead. So yeah, they would have had like New Year's ahead of us, like a whole day, and it's like, well, okay. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's true. I didn't actually think of it. That if this was an issue, they would have to go through it. People would have a different amount of time realistically to prep.
Yeah. So
Mm.
things that happened on the 1st of January 2000.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
all of these problems were generally regarded as minor, um, and consequences didn't always like show up at like midnight. And some programs, or this is mostly because some programs weren't even active or on at the time. Um, so I got some from across the world. In Japan, uh, in Ishikawa, the Shika nuclear power plant reported that radiation monitor equipment failed a few seconds after midnight. Officials said there was no risk to the public and no excess radiation was found. Um,
Okay.
one of the largest cellular operators for mobile phones reported that some models of mobile telephones were deleting new messages received rather than the older messages as memory filled up.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
probably because it's reading the newer messages as older ones.
Yeah.
In South Korea, two hospitals in Gyeonggi province reported malfunctions with the equipment measuring bone marrow and patient intake forms, with one accidentally registering a newborn as having born in 1900s. No, well, 1900.
That's fun. That's fun. He's got a Benjamin Button his way through his whole life now.
Yeah. In Denmark, the first baby born on the 1st of January was recorded as being 100 years old.
That is a real Benjamin Button right there.
Yeah.
In Germany, a bank accidentally transferred 12 million Deutschmarks, equivalent to $6.2 million to a customer and presented a statement with the date 30th of December 1899. The bank quickly fixed that transfer.
Oh, I bet they did. That guy was like, "Woo, Happy New Year!"
Just don't understand it. It's just I think I'm struggling to wrap my head around the concept of, because to me it's just a meter, isn't it? Like it's just a meter, it ticks up, and then when it gets over, why didn't everyone just go, okay, if this is actually going to cause a problem, just when it gets to me, we'll just reset all of them to 0 and just turn the first one to 2. It's very easy. That's all we have to do. Why is it causing problems? Why
I
are people
think it was
struggling with
still.
this?
I think that's probably basically what they did, but I think it was just like on such a large scale, like in terms of numbers of computers to do it to. And I reckon like all the big corporations and stuff had access to that first. So that's why a lot of these things are happening in like banks across the world or different hospitals or schools and stuff.
At this point, there wasn't many like. Well, no, in 2000, no, there wasn't a lot of like PCs, were there? Like home
No, not
computers.
really.
So like there wouldn't have been a lot of people at home who could literally sit there and watch it, do it on like a Windows desktop. So I guess it would just be big businesses. So yeah, I don't know, man. The systems they were running on back then probably I wouldn't know. But it's just, to me, this is so wild. Like, did they not know it was
Memory
coming?
was,
They had a fucking long
yeah.
time. Oh shit, weird.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. It sounds crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't sound surprising. Like the consequences of these things are surprising, but something changing over something what it feels very minuscule to us, because one, when none of us are really educated in this sort of area. I don't understand digitally. You know, if someone comes with their ones and zeros and goes, no, it makes sense because it can only compute to this point because of this memory and RAM. I'll be like, okay, maybe you can explain it. But they were the experimental era sort of thing. Like we're dipping our toe into, we're transferring from sort of very mechanical to digital. So I think even now it sounds crazy. Like our phone could, you know, will go from 2001 to 2002. It'll change the date. It'll even change the time. Whereas before we had to manually change the time. I remember a stage where, you know, people would send Christmas or especially New Year's messages, maybe sometimes an hour or two before, because we knew that and everyone tried to send it on
delay
at midnight. it would crash. It would crash all the servers. Like it was a certain bandwidth that you could only have access to. So
I bet that didn't help Y2K. Like
probably
all the
not.
text messages flying around. I bet like that's probably why like phone service companies had a few mishaps, but like
People's
deleting
phones were
everyone's
like
Happy New Year
this
messages.
fucking big back then
Yeah,
anyway.
true. That was back when you had to actually like double click buttons to get different letters. I can still do that.
Yeah, same. I can
Yeah.
still. I used to do that working at Asda on the till without even looking. And my thumb, when I think about it, my thumb still knows where the buttons are and how to tap it. As long as
Sorry.
you understood your layout.
Working at Asda. How
Yeah.
old were you when you had a fucking button phone?
No, the tills.
Surely you weren't over
Was it the
18
phone?
and still had one. The iPhone was out by then.
Oh yeah. No. The only reason I bought a touch phone was I was in college in my early 20s, and a girl asked me if I have WhatsApp, and I was like, I don't know what that is. So I went and got that was it.
It was
That
a
was
girl.
honestly
Okay.
But you had a phone with buttons until you were over 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah. Sure. I know you were always a little bit behind, but
No, this was a
that
conscious
can't
choice.
be true.
I didn't want my only not. It's not I was obsolete of technology of touchscreen. I had my iPad. Sorry, my iPod, my touchscreen iPod, and that was sort of like my one foot in the door. But I was like, I like my phone. So yeah, I wasn't completely obsolete from touchscreens. I had my iPod, and that was my one foot in the door and one foot out. But I didn't get a touchscreen phone until my early 20s.
Oh.
Yeah,
I feel like I remember seeing it and being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people found it very, very strange, but I just liked it. I liked the simplicity. It was a strong phone. I still have it, but once you get it, I think the only good thing I can say about being late to something is it's so established by the time you get there that there's no bullshit. Like I didn't have to go through the first gen quirks. By the time I got it, it was I could get YouTube, Spotify, everything was on there. I was like, oh, cool, it's ready, and it's a lot cheaper. But yeah, so that was my little phone story. Sorry to take it off topic.
God, you're old, man.
I'm so old. I'm Benjamin Button.
Just got a few more.
Yeah, go for it, man.
In Italy, courthouse computers in Venice and Naples showed some inmates having 100 additional years on their sentences.
Oh, that's fucked.
Oh, that's a dark one. Yeah, that's. I mean, that surely got rectified though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
In Norway, a daycare center for kindergarteners in Oslo offered a spot to a 105-year-old woman because the citizens registry only showed the last 2 digits of the citizen's years of birth.
That's hilarious. That's great. So she was. Does it come up as 05? It's like, oh, that's a weird way to put it, but okay.
I guess, yeah, she would have been born in 1895, and it only showed like 95. Say for 1995, she could
Oh, right.
she could join the daycare.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I got that. I thought you meant it just took the one out of them. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Years of birth. Although maybe it did. In New York, a video store accidentally generated a $91,250 late fee because the store computer determined a tape rental was over 100 years overdue.
That could have saved
it.
Damn. And yeah, that's basically the kind of things that were felt. There was also a problem with like leap years. They couldn't really sort out how leap years worked, and that's something that was still felt until like up to 2020.
Oh damn!
They were still trying to sort that out.
Yeah, I think everyone's a little bit confused on that level, though. Oh yeah, the world caught on fire, and now we're Matrix. Y2K.
We wouldn't know. I was so young. I barely remember the millennium. Oh, 8 years old. Yeah, I didn't know shit.
No, I have memories of it. I remember people being excited. I remember a lot of like the hats and glasses of the 2000. I remember watching Friends, and obviously I remember Ed Hunt being born. because he was born end of 2000. But it was that when I think of 2000, it's him. I think
And
of
remember, like the Millennium Wheel and the Millennium Dome,
yeah,
Oh,
all going to be
yeah.
big things. Yeah,
yeah, the
Yeah,
Millennium
the Millennium
Falcon.
Dome. That was
Millennium Falcon.
that wasn't mine.
He's watching Star Wars.
Don't lie.
But yeah,
But
that's it. That's
was
my
awesome,
little
Fraser.
bit on Y2K and
Actually,
the
really interesting.
apocalypse.
Yeah,
I had
that was
no
really.
idea, man. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I like
I didn't know
that. I
about
like
any of
that
that.
a lot.
Yeah, cool. Enjoyed it.
So before I move on to one last thing that I've prepped, just to kind of bring it back to a little bit of us again, because we were talking about memories and stuff of us, but one popped into my head, and I've still got a little memorabilia from that time. I know we've had some New Year's like this, and I've had some odd New Year's where it's just been the family, or we've all been busy, we've all been separate, and I've had it a little bit with the family, and maybe I've seen like one of you, and it's been comfortable, it's been nice. But in terms of an event, I don't remember how many of us there were. I think it was me, Fraser, Charlie, Rikesh, Videsh, and Chris. I think. Do you remember at one point in my shed, in my room, I had the red sofa facing the television? Do you remember
Yeah.
I used to have that big
Yeah,
red
yeah.
sofa? And I remember a bunch of us sitting in there, and I remember us counting down, watching the television. There wasn't much in there, probably just the TV and speakers, and it was like an empty room. And I remember counting down with you guys, like 3, 2, 1, and we all, before we could even get to Happy New Year, all I heard was bang, and something just popped around the room. It was like, pum, 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 like it bounced because it wasn't a big room. And I turned around and I see Fraser with a bottle of champagne, and this cork he's just gone boom, and it's just ricocheted around the room. We all fucking ducked down for cover, man. I've just got that vivid memory of that fear.
That PTSD.
I've still got that cork.
You still got the
It brings
cork.
me back. I've got it hung up. I got it framed on my wall. But that's one New Year's I will never forget. I don't remember exactly what we did. We probably played cards, played games, music, and just laughed.
Just watch stuff
Yeah.
on. Did we have it up on like the TV, like the Thames fireworks and stuff?
Probably, yeah. We probably switched over about 10 to or quarter to or something. Yeah. But it's always just good to spend it with mates. Like I think Serhan nailed it. Christmas is for family. New Year's is a great time to spend with your friends. There's always good memories.
Yeah. 100%.
Thank you for all of them, guys. I love you guys.
I love you too, man. But
we have to make some more.
We will, man. We always
friends.
More friends, yeah.
More friends.
That's Fraser's way of saying get the fuck out of my life.
More memories. We'll sort something out.
Fraser just turns his camera around. It's just a room full of his other friends. Like
it's like these are them. Bye.
2025.
Blue Jacks on.
Surely.
Blue Jacks. How dare you?
But yeah, good point for an ad break, I think.
Ad break.
Ad break in 3, 2, 1. Ad break.
Happy ad break.
Happy ad break.
Ad break.
Hey everyone. We're just taking a moment here to let you know some more details about the podcast and the direction we're going.
We wanted to let you know that we now have a Gmail account where we would love to hear from you, connect to you, and get to know you all just a little bit better. So if you have any questions or comments that you might have, please don't hesitate and get in contact with us at rjopoddy@gmail.com. That's rjopoddy@gmail.com.
That's right, Rikesh. Another way to get closer to the poddy is our amazing but highly under-advertised Instagram page, where you can find a collection of our funny and silly ads with visuals for your entertainment, as well as updates on the poddy through our Instagram story, and where naturally you can also message us there as well. Find us at RedJacksOnPodcast on Instagram, and we hope you enjoy.
Lastly, we are having plans of developing the podcast, extending outside of our hobbies and getting closer to our own individual passions. For me, being a trained therapist, my passion as well as profession is to help people, connect to people, and share any tools and techniques that may be helpful to yourselves. And so, to bring the podcast and therapy world that little bit closer, I'm planning on creating an additional Agony Uncle style podcast to the Red Jackson family, where you can send us any mild to moderate issues and challenges you or someone you know may need any advice or guidance on, where myself, as well as the boys and any special guests, can help and advise you and delve deeper into the therapy world. So please message us on RJOPoddy@gmail.com as mentioned above, and let's begin. If, however, you find yourself or someone you know in need of more specific, dedicated one-to-one long-term help, then please contact me directly at Serhan Avci therapy@gmail.com. That is SERHAN for November, AVCI therapy@gmail.com. Or find me on the counselling directory under Serhan Avci as mentioned. I hope to help, I hope to guide, and I hope to empower you all.
Please find all the relevant details in the description below. I hope you enjoyed and possibly found a new way to get involved and for all of us to connect further. And now we've taken enough of your time. Back to this amazing episode of Red Jackson. And now we're back after the ad break. We've got no money. It's cold. We've got a whole other year to go through. A whole rest of the podcast to go through.
Motherfucking
For real, do we actually have more? I don't
I have a little bit more. And you've got another quiz, right?
So I've got a choice that we can do. I can either do a quiz or just some trivia. I don't want to do both. I don't want to push this past 9 because I am tired.
What kind of trivia?
I'm knackered.
Just little New Year resolution, and not New Year resolution, New Year traditions that around the world that people do.
Okay.
Not my list, someone else's list.
Yeah, I'll hear that. I mean, my one's specifically on Japanese New Year traditions. Don't mind ending on that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you want me to go now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've had a little bit of personal stuff to talk about. We've had a quiz. Fraser's enlightened me on Y2K. It is not a festival. It was almost a very, very strongly inconvenient, almost traumatic event. But now we move on to this, after the ad break, this last segment of this potty. So I've got some odd little trivia. There's about 19, but I can just pick just a few of the favorites as we go through it.
Pick some good
And
ones.
these are some New Year traditions around the world. Now, obviously, I read them. There's even one about the UK, and I'm like, yeah, kind of. Doesn't really represent everyone's traditions, but it exists within that country. So the first one I'm going to read to you is in Germany, the New Year's tradition is watching dinner for one, which is, and it mentions that this is in some European countries, including Austria and Germany, watching the black and white British comedy sketch recorded in 1962 has become traditional viewing on New Year's Eve. Some die-hard fans even make the 4-course dinner featured in the 18-minute sketch itself.
Oh, okay, wait. It's a British comedy from 1962.
Called Dinner for One. I have no idea what it is.
Dinner for One.
Interesting.
I've never heard of that. Thank you.
I'm going to just quickly Google it. It might be one of those things that when we see it, I'll be like, oh.
1963 film.
Film, right? Comedy film.
Yeah. It's an 18-minute sketch.
Okay, yeah.
I can see why I think people would watch it. It seems like a butler and a woman, and he's serving her dinner, and it looks like there's probably a load of shenanigans that go down during that dinner.
It's kind of
you said that like you were from the era.
Shenanigans and tomfoolery.
Why Tom? It's a bit Thomas, isn't it?
All foolery.
Thomas.
A bit Thomas. So that is one for Germany. Next one is mentioning is actually England. So it says listening to Big Ben's, which we know is the Queen Elizabeth Tower, but technically it's true. Listening to Big Ben's bell toll.
Yeah.
Yes and no. It's kind of there. I mean, we watch the fireworks online, or if you're in the actual like central bit of Parliament area, and then the fireworks go up, and then you hear the boom.
Yeah, it's there. It doesn't
kind of
iconic.
Mind.
Yeah,
no, it's kind of iconic for London. The first thing you think of is Big Ben, and so if you think of New Year's in London, the first thing you're going to think, well, I think of fireworks, then I think of the tower, because it shows the tower for the whole fucking minute on TV.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's
true.
because I feel like maybe it's like a recent thing where it's kind of been pushed to the back of memory, because the fireworks are always around the Millennium Wheel or the Millennium Eye.
Yeah.
And then
Even
Big
the-
Ben's just like
yeah.
cross in the background.
Even the picture frames the fireworks, the wheel, and thing. And it's true, when I do think back, I don't ever take it to mind. I'm not always like, oh, look, Big Ben's tolling, but I'm like, it's true. I always hear that sound, and there is that sense of it's official. We're in the new year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of like a hammering home, isn't it? It's a nice hammering home.
Yeah,
A familiar
yeah,
hammering home every year. Dong. Dong.
You're
for a
still
fucking
here.
minute. Yeah, you're
Charlie,
alive. You
stop
did
it.
it. Time to do it all again.
So in Puerto Rico, it says cleaning your home. In many countries, Puerto Rico included, it's customary to start the year by cleaning everything. And we mean everything. The idea behind it is simple. Out with the old and in with the new. In short, if you start the year fresh, it will continue that way.
Interesting.
Kind of like that. Not necessarily the idea of doing a chore, but the philosophy of throwing out what didn't work and keeping what did.
So is it like the moment midnight strikes, they're just like, go! And it's just like blitz
Maybe,
cleaning.
maybe.
Does that sound, I'm not going to lie, sounds kind of fun and productive.
This
Right.
is a just to give it a bit of context. This is a list from Glamour magazine online. Don't know
Okay.
why, but it's just weird.
You
But this
subscribe to Glamour magazine, have you? Or did you pick
That's
up the
right.
salon?
is there a problem, Fraser?
No.
Is there an issue in my
Just-
subscriptions?
I just
You
thought you
want to
were.
go, bro?
I think he was more of a Vogue kind of guy as well.
Yeah, I thought he was more of a Vogue kind of guy.
No, I took the BuzzFeed quiz. Am I a Vogue guy or am I a Glamour guy?
I'm a
I
pineapple.
got-
Depends on what you have for breakfast and.
No, I am a bedazzled type of guy. So, in Italy, and I can ask Tanya this at one point, it is considered good luck to be wearing red underwear as the ball drops. How and when this practice started is disputed, but why not give it a try? We'll wear any underwear color in the new year if it means a bright future ahead. So for Italy, it's about wearing red underwear.
That,
You know,
that
the
prove it.
context of. Oh, nice. They should. Everyone
What?
has to just drop down to their underwear. Happy New Year!
Whoever's not wearing red, you're like, ha, ha, ha.
Just beat him up.
Get him. Ah, no.
When you said the ball dropped, it took me a minute to actually think about what the fuck you were talking about. I was like, wait, what? They have to wear red underwear when?
When the balls drop.
Oh god
That's
damn!
right.
How do they preemptively know? I still haven't.
Oh my god.
Mine are still up there.
3, 2, 1.
One base.
So, for Norway and Denmark, the tradition is celebrating with a towering cake.
Oh.
So, again, this is a word that I cannot pronounce. Kransekake.
That's perfect.
Kransekake. Thank you. As you know, but thanks. A traditional ringed cake, often made with at least 18 layers, is eaten in both Denmark and Norway on New Year's Eve. The sugary layers, which look like cookies, are held together with a tasty royal frosting. It does look nice. I must admit.
Mate,
It
that
must look like
sounded sick. 18 layers of cookie and cream.
Yeah, so it's like
Bruh.
it's like almost like a Christmas tree shape. It's a bit pointed, like a pyramid. And it's like one cookie and it
Ooh.
goes. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. It looks more like very thin donuts because there's a hole in the middle. So imagine like a cookie with a hole, and it's just layered like that, and it's just got some icing.
Yo, what's this called? Hang on, I'm googling it because I'm dribbling.
Give me 5.
Okay. KRAN
KRAN
SE
SE.
KAKE.
Ah, got it. Kranaskage. Oh my god, look at it.
That's epic.
Oh my god, was that someone make that on Bake Off? Fuck off. No, they didn't. That looks good, man. Oh, I just love that you'd like eat the top one like a donut. Like, yeah, that's fine. Second one, like, oh, look at this little bit of a bigger donut. And by the bottom, you're just like, fucking look at this pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
that'd
cane
be
that.
awesome.
I want that as my wedding cake, mate. That looks good. Is it only Christmas though?
New Year.
Would it be like having New Year's? It said Christmas on that though.
Oh, maybe. I mean,
Because I just saw the
there's-
word Christmas.
Maybe it's all
they're so
times.
tight. They're so tightly like associated. You can do Christmas
Yeah.
as well.
Norwegian Christmas cake. That's
Epic.
what it said. Nice
Okay,
though.
this one is a strange one. I would imagine maybe it exists in some parts, but we're from the UK, so we have ideas of Ireland. So Ireland, it says banging bread against the walls. Charlie's nodding his head like you know this. Is this something you've heard of?
No, I just know that the Irish would do something like that.
Wow, wow, we're really going there.
That's not offensive? You just said they do it, and I could see the Irish doing that. That's
I
fine.
don't know. It says apparently
Why
it's to
not?
ward off evil spirits. Families in Ireland make way for a healthy and prosperous new year by banging loaves of Christmas bread against the walls and doors throughout the home. I don't know anything about this. We have Irish friends. I've never known Danny to do this.
Yeah, we should have got. Oh no, I've seen Danny banging some bread, but it weren't like that. It was when we were young, and I didn't knock.
Danny just got it wrong. Bang bread. I got it. Bang.
I'm
bang, bang,
practicing.
bang,
I'm
bang.
practicing. Close the door.
I'm waiting for the ball to drop.
Oh dear.
Charlie, what are you doing in my bed? This is not a sharing experience.
I just go back to back with him. I said, it's all right.
Oh my god.
Danny's got his Irish bread. Charlie's got his Hovis. Let's do this.
So, yeah, I brought my own. It's fine. Anyway, that did get weird.
It always does. So
Bread
in
fetish.
Colombia, it is tradition to place 3 potatoes under the bed. On New Year's Eve, Colombian households have a tradition called aguero, I'm assuming it's pronounced, of placing 3 potatoes under each family member's bed, 1 peeled, 1 not, and the last one only partially peeled. At midnight, each person grabs one with their eyes closed, and depending on the potato they select, can either expect a year of good fortune, financial struggle, or a mix of both.
Oh
That's cool, but it's a bit fucked for your kid
Yeah.
to pick it up and be like, oh,
To have a
Chile,
bad option. Yeah, to have a bad option.
no pocket money for
financial
you this year.
struggle again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like every fucking year. Just break down. Pull out a gun.
No,
Done.
No, Timmy, no!
It's just a potato.
It's a potato gun.
Yeah, but yeah, what about the kids? Yeah. How is a kid gonna?
You throw the potato at them. Or you just don't give them any pocket money. You're like, financial
Oh.
struggles.
I thought you
Fine.
meant that when you said you throw it at them. I'm not gonna lie. I believed you for a
Hey,
hot second.
So, last 2. In Greece, hanging an onion outside the door. Not only are onions a kitchen staple, they can also bring you good luck for the year ahead. In Greece, it's tradition to hang an onion outside your door, believed to symbolize fertility and growth, thanks to its ability to sprout on its own. The onion is hung on the door after church service on New Year's Day.
Really leaning
I've heard
into
that
the
before.
onion.
I've not heard that either.
I think I had heard that.
Oh, I've not heard of that before.
I feel like there's a reason other than
Fertility.
yeah. No, I can't remember. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Google it if you're interested.
So in Mexico, it is tradition to give the gift of homemade tamales.
Tamales.
It is a type of food. So in Mexico, families gather to make New Year's Eve food, specifically tamales or tamales. I think it's tamales, which are corn dough stuffed with meat, cheese, and veggies, all wrapped in husk. That sounds nice. And then hand them out to loved ones on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Day, the warm pockets are often served with menudo, a traditional Mexican soup made from cow stomach.
Oh.
I would. I would try anything.
I mean, it's called manure though.
Noodles.
It's called manure dough.
I would have
No.
it.
Cool.
And so I might do. You know what? I'm not even going to say. I'm not going to do a bonus one because Fraser's going to go into a different culture tradition. I'm going to call that my bonus one. Fraser is the beautiful
Cool.
end and extension of me.
Well, it's interesting, like all these traditions, and some of them are shared as well. Like similar kind of things. And actually in Japan, well, Japanese New Year is called Shogatsu, and it's actually celebrated more than Christmas. So it's like it's bigger than Christmas. It's a like a family event, and they'll
Yeah, that makes
even like yeah, they'll even like give out like New Year's cards and exchange gifts.
That's
Mm.
awesome.
Did they have Christmas in Japan? I'm not. I don't want to sound racist. I just genuinely don't know.
It's
I can't imagine the Christian communities
it is more of
massive.
a Western thing that I come
Mm.
across, but it's not more important than New Year's.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's even a little bit to speak a bit from home. I mean, obviously, I was brought up in the UK. It's a Christian-based country. It's in the West. I've been raised around Christmas, and I would say for a lot of the UK, 99% of us are around it as in a physical tradition than a cultural or religious significance.
Oh,
As it was.
100%.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
you celebrate whomever you are. You're around it. It's nice to be part of the festivities. But I mean, I know that at least in my culture, that the act of, again, as you kind of said, phrase like present giving.
Hmm.
In my culture, as it's typically a more Islamic, you don't do Christmas. It doesn't really exist. That's based within Christianity, and you will do traditionally in old school more of your gift giving at New Year's.
Hmm.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. You go to Cyprus, you go to New Year's. I'm sorry, you go to Turkey. They celebrate Christmas because it's just like I said, it's just a culturally sort of accepted thing, and it's nice to celebrate it. But
Yeah.
I know that at least for us culturally, it was traditionally New Year's was the time to give presents,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
and it
I
just
mean, it
kind of
makes
makes
more
sense.
sense.
Yeah, it's natural, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
Well,
like
yeah,
this is
good
actually the
things,
turn of our years that we mark as history,
and we
mark
should
as,
celebrate.
yeah, it
Mhm.
makes sense.
So yeah, they go big, and there's many tourist attractions and fun things to do. However, store and restaurants are closed, and getting around can be difficult. People will throw things like a Bonenkai, which is like a forget the year party. It's an end of year party for friends and co-workers to forget the trouble and stress of the year about to finish.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Recently, countdown parties have become popular in large cities, and fireworks are not typically a thing that are used.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not
I
really a
would have
firework
thought
effect.
Japan would have been big on fireworks.
No, J
Wow.
Japanese are more like they're quite reserved people.
Mm,
So if they're going to do anything, it's
yeah.
going to be fairly small time. There's going to be meaning for it. It's going to be based around family.
Was it Japan that had the drone air show? Like all the have been doing all the drone air show things.
Sounds familiar. I think it was, you know.
Because I think that was a New Year thing. Oh no. Oh no, that was I think it's a Pokemon thing actually.
Mm.
I think it was an advert for Pokemon. But yeah, yeah, I just remember it being really like spectacle. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of being idiot and just kind of thinking China have massive fireworks, so maybe Asia, all of Asia does. But yeah, interesting.
No, they're not into it. People do like use fireworks and stuff, but you have to go to certain areas. Like they don't do it in the city really.
Oh,
So
that's peaceful.
yeah,
Maybe we go Japan for a New Year's trip.
would be a good
somewhere
shout.
calm.
Yeah.
Some of these traditions might make you want to go.
Hmm.
So like with the was it Puerto Ricans that you mentioned? They have a tradition called usuji, which means big cleaning, where they'll clean every inch of the house, and they'll do this before New Year's, so they'll come into the new year with a very clean house,
I like that.
like a
I like
Yeah.
fresh,
that.
yeah,
And then
I
you
like that.
wreck it.
give
Yeah.
it a year, wreck it. They'll do things like even move the fridge out of the way and clean under the fridge and things like that. Places you
Nice.
wouldn't
A
generally
deep
go.
clean, a real
You'd
clean.
give every
Mhm.
kid a room. You'd be like, right, first one's like the best one gets a present, or I
Mm,
think that's a great idea. It's a great idea. Any reason to be productive at the same time is fun.
it's a good shout.
Mm.
They've got traditional food that they'll eat on New Year. We got toshikoshi soba,
What's
which
that?
is called the year crossing noodle. You can get different
Ooh.
types of noodles. It's quite simple actually. It's like just a very simple dish. Um, you'd use buckwheat soba noodles, hot dashi broth, which is just dried
Ooh,
bonito flakes, scallion
soba.
garnish. And you can add optional toppings as well.
Oh, it looks good.
Looks good, doesn't
Mhm.
it? Do you know what it is? Like a lot of the like New Year's kind of food stuff, it always looks very warm and like when you eat it, it's gonna like warm you up from the inside kind of thing.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
Yeah.
you,
yeah.
one of the best food combinations ever is ramen, in my opinion.
Mm.
I
Ramen
love.
just ticks all the you have the stew, you have the soup, you have noodles, you can have meat, you can have fish, you can have vet, and it just ticks every box, man. You literally gives you like chopstick, or at least for us, a fork and a spoon, because it knows that you're gonna need both of those.
Yeah.
Hands down,
Mhm.
it's one of my favorite foods.
It's like a hot drink meal. It's so good. Like it will
Yeah,
fill you
yeah,
up completely,
exactly
but it's
that.
like also having a hot drink at the same time that just
And
warms
you'd
your
have
whole
that
body.
you'd have that carb with it that would just like fill
There
you up and
is
sit
Yeah, sit there. Oh God,
there
yeah.
is
whole
a
day.
very there is a very large community of Japanese people in Scotland. I did not
Oh,
expect.
really?
And there is some very nice,
make sense.
authentic Japanese restaurants here that I would love to take you guys at one point.
On the list, mate.
Yeah, you're
For
paying.
sure.
Let's do it.
The first time I went to a Japanese restaurant, right, I went with Tanya. I've never been like to a proper authentic style. Like it was beautiful. They had post-it notes you could scribble everywhere. They had samurai suits and everywhere, and it was like, I don't know, just it was very traditional and very nice. I was like, Tanya, I am trying one of everything. I have no regrets to this day. It was some of the best food I've ever eaten. But guys, I promise you, between the both of us, I spent £200 on that bill.
Wow.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right.
Did you literally get
And
one of
Yeah.
everything?
I got one of everything. I think I got like a starter plaque that kind of allowed me to try a little bit of everything. But I got a massive bowl of ramen, and I literally just went in. I
To be
went
fair,
in, man.
like £200,
I
that's
had
not too
two.
bad for that.
It's not too bad considering how much I had. I had
Mhm.
2 tables worth of food.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think if you
And
were
I
to
had
go into any restaurant and pay like for one item of everything, you'd probably come to a big amount. But
Yeah, especially
I
in
bet
London.
that's a great way to do it with Japanese food, because if you could then know what you like when you go to any Japanese restaurant from then on. Yeah, it's a great
I
idea.
had the experience. I think I may have not got 1 or 2 things that may have clashed with the overall meal. And ever since after that, I'm never going to eat like that again. But I'm like, nope, I'm doing this. And I was visiting Scotland at the time. I'm on a holiday mode. I've got spending money. I'm going to do this like a tourist. Let's do it.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
So they also
We'll take
have
it. I mean,
uzuni, which is mochi soup, so the rice cakes.
Oh,
And the ingredients vary by region, really. So you can get Kanto version, which is like chicken with fish cakes and different
Kanto.
veg.
Oh,
Yep, Kanto region
sick.
is a real thing.
Sick.
Kansai region, which is Sato Imo, which is taro root, and daikon, which is like a winter radish.
Okay. Okay.
You can also get osechi, which is like bento boxes, but big, like big bento boxes, and they're usually themed, like depending on what gets put in them. So, for example, a dai jubako, which means from generation to generation, is configured in a way which means it's like a wish for children or like fertility kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
That's fine.
yeah. Kamaboko, uh, which the color and shape of it is reminiscent of the Japanese rising sun.
Nice.
And Tezukuri, which means rice paddy maker, which is supposed to represent a abundant harvest.
so you're making me so hungry, man. You're making
Yeah.
you're making me so
I think I was hungry when I read this.
I've stopped Googling stuff at this point.
I'm not gonna lie. You listing off this stuff for Japan on New Year's Eve, you actually have sold it to me a little bit, because my
Mhm.
biggest fear about going to Japan was eating was food, because I like meat, and I
Mhm.
know it's very fish over there, but I do love ramen, and everything you said about the food on New Year's just sounds fucking banging. I'd even eat a radish.
You generally get a lot of choice of toppings and stuff like that. It just depends on where you go.
I think we should do it.
I mean, that is Rakesh's dream. He's got his plan. I would love to be able to do
Got a year to
I've always
save.
said, well, yeah, but I mean, I've always wanted one holiday, one trip, one experience in the East, because that's the only part of the world I've not explored. I just
Yeah,
want to
same.
do Japan, China, or India. I would happily do either of those, or even a mix of them.
Something to think
Maybe
How
about.
ironic. My last
Maybe
name
we
is Eastwick, and I've never been to the East.
Oh,
Wow.
You'd be the first of your clan.
but would you
Maybe.
do like yeah, you'll get there, the East Wick. But what if it's like, what if you just catch on fire because of wick?
That's
Wow,
You
why.
get to the East, you just catch
That's
on
why we don't
fire.
do it. Just straight back on the plane.
This is why we love. Maybe we should look into it. A little Red Jacks on holiday. We haven't done one for the four of us in a long time.
That would be cool. I'm down. Fraser sold it. Fraser brought. I feel like Fraser did this on purpose. Why Japan, Fraser?
Well, I am going Japan, but I just
Oh,
thought
okay.
the most
Oh!
interesting, the most interesting one, or the one that I wanted to research anyway, was Japanese New Year.
That's cool, man.
And
Nice. When are you going?
I'm going in April, end of April.
Nice.
Nice, man.
It's
So
one
you
of those
can-
ones.
you-
If you were to think about it, yeah, definitely start saving. Look at flights, and then figure out how much you're going to save in terms of spending money.
Mm.
And apparently,
I
going
think-
over there, you'd want like between 2 and 3 weeks if you're going to move around.
Wow.
If you're just going to visit somewhere, it's like any other holiday.
I would
Mm.
book it well in advance. I would do one of those companies that I could book it 2 years in advance, pay it off monthly, and then save up my spending money on the side.
Good shout.
Mm.
That way, it's a bit more guaranteed for me.
Yeah, I think same.
I don't have like a good couple because again, it's like that restaurant. If I'm gonna go somewhere like Japan, I'm gonna do it right. I
Yeah.
want to do it right. This is not like a little Europe that I can jump in and out of. I could. This might be once in a lifetime, so I would like to do it justice. So, Fraser, you go. How long are you going for?
19 days, something like that.
God damn, that's a
That's
good
nice,
holiday.
man. Yeah, that's the nice
Moving
one.
around.
That's not dipping
Nice.
your toe. That's a whole foot in the door. That's a whole leg.
Mm.
Like I say, you got to do it right
We can do a poddy when you get back from there. Let us know how it went.
for sure.
Yeah, do a Japan poddy.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
So more
Homework.
great. It's a working holiday.
Always.
So more traditions. So Otoshidama is the tradition of handing a small amount of money to children in an envelope. And
I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
that in adverts, in the
Have you
HSBC
actually?
adverts.
okay, yeah, because it's actually like, and the children are like encouraged to look forward to it as well. So like,
Mhm.
it's not like one of those things like, oh, we've got to give the kids some money now, and the kids are like, oh, maybe we'll get some money or not. It's like, oh, kids, you're gonna get some money and on Otoshidama, and you know it's gonna happen, and it is reserved for children specifically as well.
So what qualifies? When do you stop? Because if I just shave, you know,
You lose about 20 years. Yeah, maybe you could make it work.
I have a mental age of a 6-year-old.
They would take money off of you, mate.
Oh, they just mugged me.
Um, Fukubukuro is a tradition where you can get mystery bags from retailers. So they'll pack a bag, and everything that's in the bag is usually worth more than what you're buying the bag for. And people will line up for days to get these because they know they're gonna sell out fast.
That's
Ooh,
cool.
It's a surprise bag.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's cool.
It's like Black Friday, but with a surprise. It's cool.
Mhm. There are many festivals and music that go on. There's specials on TV that air only once on New Year's Eve. Customs can vary from region to region and household to household, but things will be going on.
That's cool.
People play different games reserved for New Year's. One called Hagoita, which is basically badminton but without the net. And they'll have small decorated wooden paddles which act as good luck charms. So the action of it is supposed to represent batting away bad luck.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of cool.
We've got Tako Age, which is basically kite flying, like home decorated kites. And
Nice.
those would signify good luck as well. The designs, whatever design you'd paint on those.
Man, can you imagine how much luck these guys must have if they do all these things? A lot of them are for
Mm.
luck. They'd be really lucky for the rest of the year.
That's the hope.
except that
That's
one
cool.
kid that finds the financial difficulty potato under the bed.
And they're like, "Dad, it means nothing
Potato.
now."
They get out of bed and they step on the potato and slip. God
Jeez.
Get the
Karuta is a card game. The Portuguese traders introduced this to they introduced playing cards to Japan sometime in the 16th century, which is where the name comes from. So one player reads out a poem or well-known proverb, and the player has to identify the card that matches that proverb. And there
Okay.
could be like hundreds, and they actually teach this in school to get the kids to learn the poems and stuff.
I've played games like this before
Mm.
that have similar sort of guideline rules where it's like someone will show you, let's say, an image card or like a statement or something, and you have to kind of find the card that is relevant to within your deck.
Sounds like a cool game, to be fair.
Yeah. There's a lot of games like that. It's fun.
So Joyo no Kane is bells of New Year's Eve. So it's a Japanese Buddhism's old tradition told to have come from China, where temples ring 108 bells between New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It's a well-known tradition that's televised. And the reason it's 108 is apparently the number of excessive desires that a human has. So by listening to the bell, you'll be able to forget all about these excessive desires, apparently, and enter the new year with a fresh mind.
Ding, clear. Yeah, I get that.
108 dings.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Okay, I'll stop. Just stop the bells, please.
We need 8 more, Serhan.
It's like factory resetting yourself, man. It's a. I would need more bells than that to factory reset, but yeah.
I kind of like that idea. I like the idea of a sound just like clearing your mind. Yeah, that's cool. That's really therapeutic.
A form of meditation.
Imagine if that was associated to like Big Ben. We hear it, and it's not just the start of the new year, but the element of is clearing the air for us. Like there was an association like that, would have been a nice little touch.
It's true.
It is the sound of Big Ben that like makes me remember it, though. You know what I mean? It's not even the image of Big Ben. It's always that sound.
Yeah.
Every year.
I never really thought about it though. So I guess it is more traditional than I actually thought about.
It doesn't like have a meaning. It's just more about the monument and one of those icons of London, I think.
Yeah,
Just makes you remember it.
That's what I'm saying. But if there was a meaning behind it, it would be nice. It makes just the association a little bit more deeper, a bit more personal.
I agree. Right. So last few. So January 1st symbolizes joy and no obligations. Japanese homes are decorated with pine, bamboo, and plum trees to ring in the new year. Hatsushinode means the first sunrise of the year, or is a tradition representing the first sunrise of the year. It's a popular tradition with popular locations including Mount Fuji and Mount Goraiko, which is where you can see Mount Fuji from. So if you want to see Mount Fuji and watch the sunrise, you'd go to that mountain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hatsumode is the first shrine visit of the new year. Many people go to visit the shrine on January 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in order to pay their respects and also wish for a happy and healthy year with families all visiting together. Drawing omikuji, a slip of paper with random fortune written on it. So picking a random fortune is part of the custom when visiting a temple or shrine. A standard omikuji contains a poem and short details of what to expect in the near future, but some places of worship have gone far beyond a simple slip, creating small pieces of art that make great collectibles or souvenirs. That's definitely something I'd want to do.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that does sound cool.
It sounds like a big event. Like apparently it gets quite crowded and everything because everybody's going with like every member of their family to these different shrines. And finally, we have Hatsuyume, which is the first dream of the new year. So the Japanese believe that the subjects of the first dreams of the year are representative of what one's upcoming year will be like.
Oh, no.
If specific imagery or themes are conjured up in one's dream, it's a sign that the individual. It can be a sign that the individual has a lucky year ahead. Apparently, the luckiest dreams are the ones about eggplants. It's all based on the pun. So the Japanese word for eggplant is nasu, which also means to accomplish or fulfill. So if you have a dream about eggplants, they expect you to be able to achieve something in that year. And there's all kind of things from like hawks to smoking and all different things which mean different stuff, but it's all generally positive stuff.
I
But
mean, it'd be weird to have negative stuff.
There'll be that one guy that just is like sitting there with a hawk flying over him while smoking with an eggplant in his hand, like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna rock.
I got all of them.
And then there's the other guy who just wakes up, looks under his bed in his dream, and is like, "Oh my god, it's the eggplant!" And then pulls out that potato. And it's like, "God damn it, no! This isn't even my cultural tradition. Why do I keep dreaming of this fucking half-filled potato?"
There are a lot of traditions. Is that? I mean, I know, like, obviously, there'll be different sections and different parts and places that these people do different things. But like, I was thinking, like, compared to the UK. I don't think I could name that many different like big traditions that we have.
Oh, really? Sharing a drink on New Year's and watching fireworks.
A kiss on New Year's. That is kind of like a Western thing, isn't it? Like you get your first kiss on rocking up what? What song? I've never heard of that.
Is it? No, I know what song she's talking about.
Where you link arms and sing what?
Yeah. It's like old song something. I know what she's talking about. I was reading about that a minute ago. Hold on.
Old song? What the? Oh, just an old song. Okay.
That doesn't sound familiar either.
Is it a British thing?
So it's called. So I've got this in the list.
It's called
As the Bells Toll. Don't be surprised if a huge circle forms. People link hands around Big Ben and start singing a traditional song called Auld Lang Syne.
Auld Lang Syne. Okay. Sorry, just Jade's kind of chiming in.
Interesting.
She's right though.
Well, how's it go? Can you just sing it? Can someone sing it? And I'll go, oh, I know it, or I've never heard of that. Oh, you sing it every fucking year, but you don't know it. It's right around the corner, Jade. You're not going to know what you're doing.
Okay, hold on.
Serhan's going to find it.
I'm going to put it on for like 2 seconds for us, and I'll play a little bit more for us. We'll cut it out after about 5 seconds.
I don't think there'll be copyright on this. You should be fine. It sounds like an old song.
Right, give me a second. So this is by Rod Stewart, and it's about a song
it's
traditionally in English-speaking countries that says goodbye to the old year and hello to the new year. Oh, hold on. This is just that YouTube advert.
He's playing it after the YouTube advert.
Can you hear it?
Sing the things da 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 da. Yeah, I thought that was just a Christmas song.
I thought that was just like an English thing.
I thought it was just a Christmas song. Don't they? Interesting. Oh, interesting.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Rod Stewart.
Oh, cool. They should actually just play that song like out in public or something like that. Like I don't think I've heard that for a long time.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that for a long time. It is nice though. I think it was mentioned on the list, but I didn't say it because I was like, I don't know what this is. I've never heard of this thing. But listening to it, I'm like, right, I know.
Exactly.
I just thought it was a Christmas song, to be honest.
So
I like these Japanese traditions because it's like it's really about like washing away the last year and entering the new one fresh. And it sounds really like therapeutic.
Yeah, the bell one stood out to me the most. I think I could actually sit there and listen to 108 just ding ding just to like in the process of like this is clearing my mind. I think it actually would eventually just help me clear my mind.
It sounds like a very nice meditative state. I mean, traditions are those things where if you believe in it, it can work for you. If you don't, then it's either something you're used to, it's normalized, it might bug you, it might annoy you. It all depends, and especially we're listening as outsiders. We listen to something, we have that excitement of culture shock, but what it might mean to them there might be completely different. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would like the idea of a bit more traditions, and like you guys said, this cleaning, cleansing, letting go of things.
Renewing.
Yeah, we just get wrecked.
No, but that philosophy is in this part of the world, because hence of New Year's resolution. I'm going to do something new. I'm going to do different. I'm going to change something. There's just not as many practices to show that feeling, I would say. But we have the same concept.
I do think New Year's resolutions are slowly dying out, though, in the Western world. I think we've taken the piss out of them too much.
I don't like New Year's resolutions. I've never committed to one in my life, and I don't really want to.
I did. Kind of, I guess. Oh, I shouldn't actually. I mean, I did. I said I was going to learn the piano, and I'm subsequent. I'm nearly there.
It's ongoing. It's ongoing. That's the thing. Like,
good though, man.
If you start,
I'm learning. Yeah, I mean, I can jump on a piano and play pretty much any song that you put in front of me. Just it'll take me a while to get it properly.
Yeah, I think that's the thing of whether like New Year's resolutions has become like a meme or anything anymore. It's whether somebody just talks about their New Year's resolution and I'm gonna do it, or whether they just actually do it.
That's it, isn't it? It's like, are you actually going to do this for a whole year? Is that your commitment for a whole year? That's a long time. Like, just getting through January is going to be tough. Make it simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, right? That's all we got.
Yeah.
I need to eat.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. But should we have a little countdown out of the podcast into the new year? First one for 2024.
Yeah, let's count down from 2024.
No. We're not gonna break. Let's do 108.
Let's count up to 2000, but make sure that when we get to 1999, that we
it'll be like 99.
A little 5, a 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Yeah. From Red Jackson.
Red Jackson to you. We're having a great time here. We've got New Year's, we've got traditions, we've got Japan. There's no Rikesh. We're having a
100 more episodes.
100 more Red Jackson. 2024 Red Jackson.
100 more episodes, guys. 100 more episodes. But yeah, guys, it's been a fantastic year with you guys. Starting this is been one of the best things that we've got to do together.
Yeah. Honestly, I know it goes without saying, but the reason that I love doing this the most is just chatting to you guys every week. I honestly forget that we're going to put it online sometimes. I just love it. It's just so nice to be part of a little creative sank as well, but just seeing you guys is lovely.
Yeah,
always.
It's definitely something I've come accustomed to look forward to, and I look forward to the new year.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go check under my bed and see what kind of potato I get. I'll leave the rest of the traditions and fun for you, Rikesh. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Rikesh.
We miss you, man. We love you.
Adios.
See you later, guys.
Peace out, boys.